like you put the shirt on and top horse. And he's like, I want you to wear that. And then he points to this other one, and you know this smiley we have on Facebook that looks like a little poo, but it's in fact actually a chocolate ice cream?
Yeah.
He's like, there was like this costume of the little poo. He's like, I'll just be this and walk behind you.
That's a good one.
Like a little poo.
Poo, you know, like.
Awesome. Just like, oh wow, man.
Yeah, funny. That would have been great. Very.
Oh, I know. Could you imagine people look on their face? I remember when I was a kid, my mom and dad actually went out like this. My dad was a toilet paper roll. And they thought it was the funniest thing. I remember they used to do it every year. They'd come up with these quirky costumes. One year they were a ketchup and mustard bottle, and another year they were a hot dog and a bun, and it was funny. They always picked the weirdest costumes, but it was a real hoot.
Oh, that's funny.
You've had some good ones.
We have, yeah.
Usually I'm a witch.
I always look for the scary costumes. Everyone always goes, I was just talking with the Dark Lady about this. You know, I find that Halloween has turned into a free your titties and butt cheeks kind of ceremony.
Yeah,
and
no kidding.
See as much as they could find.
Yeah.
I remember Halloween as, blood and guts. And
what happened to that?
I grew up in a logging, Scarecrow grew up in a logging town, and that doesn't sound right because Scarecrow is supposed to be in an agricultural area. But
they took you away.
Well, I had a very small field to attend to because it was mostly logging, but I got to watch the corn
grow very slowly. Was it knee high by the 4th of July?
Yes, yep.
By your knees?
I remember when I was a little Scarecrow, I wanted to, I was a logger with my arm cut off from an accident. Yeah, I mean, it was all gore. It was whatever you could do. You slash your pants, you throw some red on there like you gashed your leg. It was whatever you could do to make gore.
Yeah.
That's what we were
Well, that's what Halloween's about, scary stuff.
Flannel shirts and
Not
gore.
chicks with boobs hanging out and butt cheeks hanging out.
Well,
even though guys love that. I saw a Scarecrow. He goes, well.
If you're going to let your tits and butt hang out, at least put some blood on them.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, or a big bite mark,
Make them creepy titties at least. Come on.
Or have like a head in there with the neck blood all over.
Yeah.
Just like,
Or stick a hand to your cleavage. There's a creative idea. Just have a dead hand flopping out your face.
yeah, or a stub. Like have the hand with the wrist out and have arteries and bone.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be pretty good too.
My fiance watched this creepy movie the other night, and it was of a guy. It was about this doctor who was, I think it was called Patient 7. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but it was scary as hell. And,
we'll have to watch that.
About all of these mental asylum patients that, are in there for these severe crimes that they've committed. And the one guy was in there for, it was over Halloween. He walked around. He was, I guess, a murderer, and he was a hitman. And he was walking around with a literally wrapped dead body in saran wrap and bringing it to this party. People were taking pictures of it. And he didn't realize it was they thought it was a prop to his costume. They're like, wow, this is really heavy. How long did it take you to stuff this thing? Like, nobody realized it was a real body. And I guess this guy had come out in the end, and he was in the mental asylum because he was traumatized from saran wrap because of the whole ordeal.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that strange? Like, out of everything that you're traumatized by, people are carrying your dead body and the thing that traumatized you with the saran wrap? Like, come on.
Well.
Yeah, there's a post that's on Facebook that goes, okay, let's see if I can say it. The safest time of year to kill somebody is during Halloween. Something that you can just kill them and put them on your porch and nobody'd know.
Oh, that is not a good thought.
Well, that was a post that somebody did.
That is not a good thought. That's
I know, but people would think it's a prop,
Tomorrow is okay. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Promoting burying dead bodies in the street. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you want to try Gibson again and see if we can get him?
Yes. So I will try and merge him in one more time here. So
all right.
So tomorrow night, I hope we have some trick-or-treaters here.
I hope so too, and then we can live them.
Well, yeah.
Live them. Facebook Live them.
We're going to have to live them out on the front deck. I don't think their parents would much appreciate bringing them into the house.
Yeah.
Come on into the house, little kids.
No, probably not.
So
Not nowadays,
Dress up
anyway.
all gory and invite them into the house with
Yeah.
a scarecrow.
Yeah. Scary thing. It's such a scary thing. Yeah. What a day. And we got more tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we're going to have lots of trick-or-treaters.
I hope so. I haven't had any trick-or-treaters for years. I'm hoping we'll get some this year. At least one would be nice. Huh.
So, I was in the woods the other day with a friend. And we were hunting. Scarecrow hunting.
Hunting other scarecrows?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Dave stepped in a snake hole, big snake hole.
Uh-huh.
Broke his ankle.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. So I had to take him to the doctor.
His straw ankle.
Yeah. Well, it fractured.
How can you fracture?
Well, no, there's wood in there.
Oh, that's right. There's wood in there.
So we took him to the doctor, and it took a while. And I'm thinking, this is taking way too long. They had in the reception area, it just took too long. He wasn't going to die, so I guess they had other people that were more critical. Anyway, I said, I'm going to head home, and then I'll catch up with you later, okay? And so he stayed. I took off, and I kind of expected to hear from him later in the night, and I didn't want to call because it was so late. And then one day led on to another and another. And
you were out in the field.
Well, yeah,
There's crows away.
Yeah, so eventually I thought, well, I better get off my stick and go over and check him out and see what he's doing. And I walked over to his field, and he has a little shed. Yeah. Well, it was because it gets wet and you got to dry out. So I could see. It was getting close to dark, and I could see the silhouette of him hunched over a table in his shed. And I'm thinking, well, holy moly, I wonder if he's all right. So I made my way over there and knocked on the door. He invited me in. I said, buddy, you doing all right? He says, yeah, I'm doing good. So fixed it. They wrapped it, and it's never going to heal because wood just doesn't grow back together.
No.
But it's going to be all right. And I said, well, I saw you hunched over the table. What are you doing there? And he says, well, look at here. I knew I was going to be laid up, so on the way home I got this. And I said, well, what is it? And he said, it's a jigsaw puzzle. I said, really? Gosh darn, what does that do? And he says, well, when I get done, it's going to make this picture. I said, well, that's pretty cool. They said, how long have you been working on that? They said, well, about 3 days. And I said, well, gosh, that looks like there must be 50 pieces. He says, yeah, I think so.
I take it he's not too brainy up.
Well, I asked him, I said, is that good? 3 days? I mean, is that, he says, yeah, look at the box. It says 2 to 3 years.
Very good, yes.
That's my buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do lots of cool stuff together. He's pretty bright.
Well, you scarecrows. You just never know.
Yeah.
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 You have a favorite crow that you like, or?
Hey, Mark. We got Red on the line. I'm still trying to get in touch with our guest here, so bear with me, guys.
All right.
Hello, Red.
Hey, Red.
Hey.
How's your movie viewing?
I'm watching, I just got done watching The Talking Dead.
Yeah, how was that?
I got Red on the line, and guess what I can hear in the background, Dark Lady?
What?
She's listening up.
What?
She was sitting there listening up at home. I said when I called her, all I could hear in the background was us.
I like the ones that don't.
First I'm going to listen. It's 23 minutes. I'm listening and I'm watching TV. I'm like, just watching TV.
Yeah? Well, That's a good thing. It is Halloween. We got to get our Halloween on before Halloween's over.
Well,
Right? We only got so long to party in this.
That's
little
right.
bit of
Unfortunately, not unfortunately, I have a room that I can come to every day, and it's Halloween 24/7, 365 days a year. So I'm good.
That's actually my whole house.
I saw some photos on the web, Red. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the red
Well,
room.
The big things come down. Because one of my cats he talks to those all night long. So, I take those down and I pack those up. But, some of my stuff, because I have a lot of stuff. So, and not all of it is, because I've got a lot more stuff this year. So, I've put some of the stuff I just bought, I already put in boxes. So, we're going to be buying a house. So, I put those away because I don't want the cats to hang from them or anything.
Yeah, that would be yucky.
Because I have a cat, I have a very mischievous girl cat. She likes to get into stuff.
Yeah, sounds like this little fat girl that I got every once in a while. Actually, all she wants is a bag, and then she gets in there and gets all confused and doesn't know how to get out of it.
Yeah, I got a bag lover.
Oh, yeah, she loves bags.
Halloween. I went to Spirit Halloween and I bought that twisty head.
Oh, yeah.
Twisty clown. I bought that clown head.
Oh,
Sweet.
my.
Yeah, so he's kind of scary.
Yeah. I like him, though.
So I have
He's
to
cool.
kind of keep them to the side because if you don't pay attention, I had him on my partner's bondo. My partner has a bondo, and I had him sitting on that. He looked really cool, but when my partner goes to work in the morning, it's dark.
Yeah.
It's like 5:30 in the morning, and Twisty can kind of set you back a little bit.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I took him off there.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Gibson is going to be coming on tonight.
Well, doggone it. He missed out.
Yeah.
Well, it's very nice music that he plays. I enjoy his harmonica and guitar.
George wanted me to ask you about Ghoul World Order and posting his new video on the event page. Did he happen to
Sure, he can do that.
you that baby?
Sure, he can do that. No problem.
Because, George wrote me about, he's got a new video coming out, but I think he wanted to post one of his one from last week or something. He's got the new video, and he wrote me, and I told him I would ask, the Doug one about it, and of course, here I am. I've been kind of sitting here.
Yeah, he can. He knows he can do that. No problem.
I know. It's the event page because,
Yeah.
people just want to ask.
Yeah, well, no problem. I'd love it.
I would. Well,
Buzzsaw.
here on here and,
Buzzsaw and, what was his name?
George.
Yeah, but what's his character's name? The guy that works with him is Buzzsaw. And
Okay, there's the little zombie guy that's the sidekick. And then there his vampire persona, his vampire is like, is it Diablo?
Diablos, yeah. That's right.
Yeah. That's his one persona. That's his one guy. I think he does videos with that.
Yeah.